lots of toys, all for the little ones' Christmas joys. Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Ho, ho, ho.
Hello, happy holidays, because we are right around, the holidays are here. It is going to be the week of Thanksgiving. I wanted to get December's setup done because this week, not only is it Thanksgiving and we have family stuff and I have grandkids, but also going to be making a traveler's notebook insert junk journal. Me, yes, a junk journal. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I'm not really, I like my paper pretty much the same size, and I'm a big fan of B6. I like A5 for the stuff that is more mental, like for brain dumps and creative journaling, like where I plan out projects that are creative and do my bigger doodles and stuff. But for me, it's all about having fun and using what I have. And I thought I had some washi tape with some Christmas sweaters, but I can't find it. But I did find some of my washi tape. And because I'm going to be making the junk journal, and I was inspired by Ro and by Johanna and by I'm a Cool Mom. They have this, for the last few years, $15 Dollar Tree junk journal challenge. And I've been watching some of those videos. And I have been watching Johanna. I love her videos, y'all. I love her videos. I could watch her videos like all day. Her and John Rush. I like James Burke too. Some of the, and I think it's because I'm from the United States, but I love listening to people with an accent. Anyway. I wanted to have fun with this because of the grandkids, and I've been thinking about Christmas movies and Christmas shows and the books and a bunch of different things. And I thought, you know, this would be fun for me. As an adult, Christmas is very, can be very stressful. It can be very stressful. And so I thought, well, if I did my December spreads, my whole setup for December in my bullet journal, and I made it fun, and I was inspired by things that made me happy as a kid during the holidays, or things that still make me happy as an adult, things that I want to share with my grandkids, things like that. I thought this would be a really good way to sort of take a more lighthearted approach to the holidays and my December setup in my bullet journal. So this is the Hello December page, and it doesn't even say December. But, you know, at first I thought I might do something completely different for December. I was thinking maybe I'd do some birch trees and some red birds, some canaries, or I don't know, something. Maybe I do blue, and I do all blue, and like some snowflakes, and a snowman, and, you know, I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to do red and green again, red and green, red and green, red and green. But I was like, you know what, I don't have to stick with one color palette or one theme. I can let my theme be the holidays, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, all the stuff that goes on during the holidays, during the month of December. And I'll just have the holidays be my theme, and I'll use every spread will be a little bit different. Will have a little bit of a different holiday kind of thing to it. So this is Santa Claus, and he's leaving the chimney. Looks like he's about to fall out of the chimney. He's already thrown his bag over into the sleigh, and he's hopping out the chimney. He's already delivered the toys to this house. And then when I did the calendar, I was like, oh, well, I don't know, you know, what do I want to do? So I thought, well, I'm not going to have a whole lot of room on the calendar, you know. I thought about what I wanted. So I had this little string of lights from the Cultivate What Matters that I got for this year. So I put it on, little stars, and then I decided to do like a reindeer. And I put a few of the ornaments on his antlers. I was like, you know, my dad would appreciate this. And December's going to be rough because it'll be the second Christmas without my dad. I think. Third Christmas? Third Christmas. Third Christmas. I wanted a little bit of something, a remembrance, and the reindeer, that's pretty much it. We'll get to the calendar. I haven't filled out the calendar. I don't think you're even going to see where I write the days of the week at the top of the calendar in this. But I have to have a calendar. I can do a log with if it's only for about a week, because I have a calendar sitting above my desk on the wall, and I have a desk planner that I do social media and stuff in. So I'm getting there with the social media stuff. I did a live YouTube video Wednesday night. It was an impromptu. And today is Thursday as I do this, and this should be up Friday, and Patreon's video should be up Friday. That's a journal with me, and I did the bugs. And Patreon will get the longer version of this. I thought this would be a really good way to sort of just kind of have some fun with what I'm doing, and not to be so serious. And I can put a quote over to the side, on the right hand side above the deer's antlers. I could put a quote over there and just do it sideways, or I could do a little quote or a piece of poetry going down, or I could do it on the bottom of the calendar. I've left the bottom of the calendar in case I want to like write any notes down, and I have got to find a quote. I like to have a quote for every month. It's a sort of I've tried to find one that is a good sort of a reflection quote, one that makes me think. But I was having fun, and I started thinking I had a little tree. I could put the little tree on the actual day of Christmas, and then I was like, I don't know if I want to put the little tree there. I think I've been, I've had so much fun doing this. I'm like, I don't want to overdo it though. I don't want to overdo it. Because I didn't have very much room, you don't get to see a whole lot of the deer's face. You get to see very top of his face, but mostly what you see are his eye and a tiny bit of his nose, his ear, but mostly it's the antlers. You know, it's all about the antlers. And his antlers happen to be carrying around some ornaments, some pretty little ornaments. So before I get to the tracker and then the first week of December setup, I wanted to talk for a minute about how I am actually considering changing the tiers, lowering the tiers on Patreon to make it more affordable for some of you, especially since the stuff that's going on with YouTube right now. I don't know what is and isn't going to happen with YouTube. I don't know how it's going to affect channels. Some people disagree, and they say that if you read the fine thing and you listen to the guy talking, that they're actually going to be checking. They're not just going to be randomly fining people, you know, and it's based on the video that goes against the COPA, the FTC, the laws, and different things like that. But anyway, I thought I'd lower the tiers, and I thought I'm going to add the tiers for December so that it gives my current patrons a chance to move down to the lower tier. It gives them a chance to figure out what they want to do. The tiers are going to be, right now they're 3, 7, 15, and 20. I only have one person in the 20, and that one is no longer really available. She's there, and she's staying there as long as she wants to. You need to let me know when you want to chat. But anyway, I thought about lowering the $7 tier down to $5 and the $15 tier down to $11. I like odd numbers, just so you know. the reason that I'm doing what I'm doing, I thought about keeping the $7 tier the way that it is. We'll see. But I'm going to ask my patrons. But anyway, at least one of the tiers is going to be lowered. I would like to make it more affordable for people. And I'm going to be changing the description a little bit. And so that you know what I do on Patreon. They get more personal stuff. I talk about anxiety and depression and chronic pain and illness and how to be creative when that's bugging you, when you're having a really rough day. Not all the time, but sometimes. I talk about creativity and being inspired and motivated. I do documenting my day a lot more often there. I do creative projects. I am now starting a studio vlog for Patreon and then for YouTube. Patreons will contain more personal stuff. It'll be my whole, bits and pieces of my whole day. Not the whole day, but different things that I do throughout the day. Not every single day, but I'm trying to do something from every single day. And then I'm also doing creative projects like the creative journaling class. Patreon is going to be my beta testers because right now I just did the blog post about the why for creative journaling, and I'm about to do the video for that. And then the next one will be the what, so why would you creative journal, and then what would you use, and then we're going to get to how you can use creative journaling to help you in a variety of different ways. But I think it's really interesting, and I love being creative, and I love journaling, and combining the two is fantastic. I do a lot of different kinds of creative journaling, but anyway, I love these ornaments. I think they turned out really well. I used metallic handmade paints for these that I got from Etsy, so I love them. But anyway, I also am doing watercolor stuff, and I also show my spiritual journal on Patreon. I do flip throughs, and I do tarot pulls sometimes for the month, for the week, sometimes for a day. I'll do those sometimes. I talk about what I'm learning and how I'm growing and changing and evolving. I have am recently I'm now rereading the Bible as well. So not only am I studying astrology and tarot and the moon phases, I'm also rereading the Bible. And the Bible that I have is a study version. So that's interesting. And I might be doing a little bit of that on YouTube. I'm not sure. I have no idea of where that will be going. I'm very eclectic in my beliefs and my practices, in my journals, in my reading. I'm one of those people, I'm a voracious reader. I love to read all different kinds of things. I read like anything. I'll read the back of a cereal box. You hear me? So, I'm actually one of the few people who reads directions. I know that this is probably not the best plan with me, but you could just cut the volume off and listen to your own music if you wanted to while I do this, because it is actually it's definitely a journal with me and a plan with me. I think that's the great thing about the bullet journal, is the bullet journal can be whatever you need it to be. One of the projects that I'm going to be working on in December, like I talked about, is the TN Insert Junk Journal, which is going to be completely new for me. And I'm going to be doing the time-lapse version for YouTube, and the actual, oh my god, I can't believe I'm doing this version for Patreon. Because I have no clue, really, of what I'm doing. So thank goodness for all the great people out there who show us how to do things on YouTube and on Patreon, because I am going to need their expert advice. So my tracker, I am not tracking that much. I'm going to be tracking morning pages, walking, stretching, vitamins, art, cleaning for 30 minutes, at least 30 minutes a day, and that's outside of the regular wash your dishes kind of thing, and laundry. I'm also tracking filming, editing, blogging, YouTube, Patreon, and getting outside. The reason I'm tracking filming and editing is because I need to know when I'm filming and editing, did I actually get a video up that day? Because I'm trying to change how I do things with these videos, because I need to do them a little bit ahead of time. Because I can't film, edit, and upload in the same day all the time. I just don't have enough time. Like today, I spent 4.5 hours outside of the house with my daughter and my grandkids. I had to take my daughter a few places, and I went by Dollar Tree. And then this weekend, I'm going to go by the other Dollar Tree because we have 2 of them here, and hopefully they'll have more stuff at the other one. Because I'm not spending more than $15 to do this. I think it's really interesting, and I want to have fun and create something and be creative with it, but I don't want to spend a lot of money on something that I'm not sure that I'll actually, really enjoy. Maybe I'll love it and I'll start doing it more often. So we have the Grinch. We have the Grinch on the habit tracker. So it went from Santa Claus to the deer with the ornaments to the Grinch taking the ornament. And you'll see on the bottom of the tracker I have pain, mood, sleep, and then anxiety, because I need to track that. And then at the very top of the tracker I have the moon, the full moon, and the new moon, the dark moon, because those actually affect things. And then we're going to get to the weekly spread after this one, and I had a lot of fun with it too. I love doing this kind of stuff. It's a lot of fun for me. I really enjoy it, and I missed doing this, but at the same time there was a time I needed to be more functional. But then again, this is a breeze from Taroko Shop, from Taroko Design, that I cut down to be 6 size. It has the 68 GSM Tomoe River paper in it, and oh man, I'm just so happy to be back. I don't know, I can't really do this a whole lot in the Hobonichi, but I love doing this stuff. I could do a little bit of this in the Hobonichi, like do something every week, and then on the monthly I could do a bit of it. I haven't quite decided. I'm thinking that the Hobonichi is going to be my personal, what I do in a day, every day. Like, like what I get done. It's not going to be like it's going to be after the fact. So I want a record of what I'm doing every day. So I guess it would maybe be the creative planner, maybe. Although the bullet journal is a creative planner journal hybrid. Yeah, I don't know. I love my gnome. Y'all. I love gnomes, period. I have a whole book about gnomes that I was a patron of Miss Vicky B's for a while, and hopefully I will be able to get back to being a patron of Miss Vicky B and Courtney's soon. Just can't afford to right now. So I understand completely, which is why I'm thinking about lowering my tiers. But I was so inspired. She had showed the book, and it was a book all about gnomes, and I went and searched and found the book on eBay and got it. I think it was eBay or Thrift Books I found it. Usually I look at Thrift Books and Abe Books in the book depository, and then I look on eBay when I'm trying to find books. So yeah, I'm gonna go, though I don't have much time left. I'm gonna leave you with some music for the end of this. Please check out my Patreon page. Make sure that you are subscribed here, that you've hit the little notification bell to get all the notifications, because sometimes YouTube does mess up and doesn't give you your notifications if you don't have that little bell. Sometimes if you do have the bell, you don't always get them. But thank you so much. If you're at the end of this and you've watched this whole thing and listened to me chat, I really appreciate it. I am so thankful. I've been on YouTube now for 5 years and on Patreon for 4 years, and I love what I'm doing. I absolutely love being creative every day. I love being able to help others be creative, to inspire and motivate them to be creative, and I'm living my dream. Y'all have a great one, and I'll see you again real soon. Thanks, y'all. Bye.